Hey gang, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and man, I really appreciate you guys carving a little time out of your day to check the video out. It's always much appreciated. And guys, today we're gonna answer a question that I've been getting sort of on a regular basis from the subscribers about how they like to tie their line to their lure, as far as, you know, like with split ring, a snap, barrel swivel, all that type of stuff. So we're going to address that, going to give you guys sort of my opinion on it, what works good for me, and I think it's going to help you guys be a lot more efficient out there on the water. So guys, we're going to get started. Just a couple different things here. Just want to invite everybody to check out all the links that I've put in the description of this video. There's a bunch of links in there that are good ways to support intuitive angling if you're interested in doing that. You know, channel memberships, you know, getting lake map breakdowns from Fish the Moment, virtual lessons, on the water lessons. So you guys would like to visit that, it's much appreciated there, so thank you. Okay guys, let's talk a little bit about this here. Now, I think a lot of new anglers, people that get into the sport, this is one of the things that they don't really know much about. And there's several different elements as far as why it's important on how you actually affix your lure to your line. So we're gonna get into that a little bit. Now, I think a lot of people, when they're getting into the sport, they simply just tie the line right onto a bait eye like this. This is a Megabass Vision 110 here. And I've seen people do that before, and it doesn't really make any difference on what lure that you use. If you have a lure that has action on it, like a crankbait or a jerk bait or something like this, guys, you never want to tie your knot right to the eye there, because what this does is it takes away the action of the lure. It's like on a lure like a jerk bait, where, you know, where it's darting back and forth, or on a crankbait that's just wiggling through the water like that. If you tie it right to the eye, it's going to eliminate some action because it doesn't have that freedom of movement to swing. Now you can use a loop knot. Some people use a loop knot, which is, I'll have to show you guys how to tie it sometime. It's basically a knot that just has a loop in it that does give it some freedom of movement. I don't really like a loop knot because I think they create sort of a weak link, but you never want to tie it directly. Now, another mistake anglers make, and I'll probably get some blowback on this because I've talked about it before, is guys, do not use a snap. You know, this is a snap that you see a lot of people using, and the reason that people use snaps like this is they're convenient and they're fast, because all you have to do is just basically open them up. I'll show you guys how quick it is here. You just open them up like that and slide them over your lure. And a lot of people use this, you know, simply because of the speed of it. But guys, you do not want to use a snap for several different reasons. Number one, it adds too much hardware to the lure. So see how much hardware that is on front of that eye. And guys, give bass credit. It's like, look at that right there. It's like, if you're a bass, does that look edible to you? Is that something you'd want to hit if you were studying it? Number one, too much visual strike deterrent on that. The main thing about it, guys, is these snaps will fail. I don't care. I've done this, talked about this before, and guys said, oh, Randy, I've never had one fail. You need to use such and such snap. I don't believe it. When you're dealing with the snap, guys, I have straightened tons of these out. It's like, you know, a lot of times the bait will come with them and I'll use them until I change out, you know, in a tournament or something. But like that snap right there, or that snap, if you got 20-pound test line and you snag that, I guarantee I can straighten the snap right off of there. It'll just bend out because it's thin wire. And another thing that happens is, once in a while, you'll hit the snap on like a piece of wood or rock, and it will open up the snap, and you'll lose the fish, or you'll lose your bait, whatever. So guys, never use a snap. Now, a lot of people I know, they'll use a snap with something else, and I'll talk a little bit about that. The thing that you want to use, guys, is a split ring. This is really freaking tiny here. A little bitty split ring. And the key, guys, to using a split ring is, let me see if I can just hang it off the sides here. You can see it a little bit better. But the key to using split rings is you want to use a split ring that is small and not metallic. You want to use it dark. This is the Megabass split ring. This is the one that comes on all the Megabass Vision 110s and all the Megabass lures out there. It's super strong, it's super small, it doesn't have any type of a strike deterrent, and you can see, well, let me pull one out of here and I'll show you. you can see how much less of a strike deterrent this snap is going to be. So look at the difference on that. You've got just a little bitty snap in front of there. And the thing, or excuse me, a little bitty split ring in front of there. Now the thing about a split ring, why it's so great, is it's strong. It will never straighten out on you. This is going to be foolproof. You're going to break your line before you break this. So a split ring is the way to go on every one of your baits. If you got lures that have a snap on it, change them out, because that's not going to serve you any well. Now some deals, guys, sort of show you what I see a lot of people do. Now this is a mistake that I see a lot of people that don't know much about fishing do. They will take a lure that has a split ring on it like this, and they'll put a dang snap on the O-ring like this. I've seen that. There's a ton of guys I fish with on my on the water lessons. This is how they'll do it, and I'll say, guys, you do not want to do that. Dude, take that off. You don't, just tie it straight to the split ring there. Never, never, never do this, guys. And then some people, like I said, I've actually seen some people use, barrel swivels, along with it too. But mainly, guys, just get rid of the snaps. Don't use the snaps. Don't tie straight to the eye tie here. Do not do that. Just get you a good split ring. Just like that, good split ring is going to be the way to go, and you're not going to have any problems with it. So anyway, hope that answers your questions with that. Again, thanks for tuning in. We'll guys talk to you guys later. See you.